Well, it took a while for them to make sure they had everything spelled properly, but they are ready to roll here at the Robins Center, just as we are as well. Mike Rhodes, he's been in this area for so long. He went to Lebanon Valley College and then came down here to coach Division III, then VCU, went to Rice, back at VCU. He is an awesome dude. The starting lineups for these two teams: Gustafson starts for the 4th consecutive game for the Richmond Spiders. Tyler Burton, he had a big game last time for Richmond. Keep an eye on Ace Baldwin. Chris Mooney knows how important it is for his team to try to get past Ace Baldwin. Here we go. Tony Crisp is at center court. Vince Williams, Grant Golden jumping center, and the tip is controlled by Richmond.
Tom, I'm definitely excited. We spent time with both these coaches, great character guys. Trust me, they know what this game means. Both will be competitive, and both teams will play extremely hard.
No doubt about that. This is a great matchup. 1 against 0. Baldwin against Gilliard. Shot clock is to 10. KO against Williams. KO off the glass, got the angle, and the first points belong to Richmond.
Far too easy. In this game last year, he had 18, so they're going to him to let him feel it. Early in this game, see the ball go in the basket. Struggled last game out.
What did Tyler Burton tell us about KO? He said he's elegant when he gets to the hoop. Here's Stoppard, who bobbled it and off the back of the rim.
You never see another player describe a guy like that. Elegant. How about that?
Elegant. Man. 2-0 Richmond on top. 1 minute into this ball game. Again, this is a big game because they're 6 miles apart. It's a big game because of the standings in the Atlantic 10. Such a competitive conference. Saw that last night with Dayton and Rhode Island. Today, Davidson won its 7th game in the conference as Burton dribbles it out of bounds. All right, let's walk the walk, Chris Walker.
I'm going to try to talk about it a little bit. Dominate the paint. That's what they do so well. They score majority or half their points in the paint, and they're so physical. Defense travels. Tom don't have to travel 6 miles, but they're pretty good, one of the best in the country. They got a battle on the glass. Both teams struggle in that regard. Share with care. Richmond is one of the best turnover ratio teams in the country, best assist team. But you know what? This is the best defensive and best steal team in the A-10.
Curry covered by Burton. Curry jump stop off the back of the iron. KO with the rebound. It's a good move. It got him free. He just couldn't get it to go down.
Yeah, not a three-point shooter, so you know he's going to drive it. I would actually space him a little bit more and force him to make shots from the perimeter.
How about the cut by Gustafson? Gets his own rebound. Caught underneath. Shot clock resets to 20. Gilliard for 3. It's no good. And Curry with the rebound.
He had a huge second half against Rhode Island. They want to make sure they find him early and often because he can get it going very quickly.
Baldwin covered by Gustafson up top. Baldwin bounce pass to Stocker. That's a tough play. And the turnover's forced. Here comes Burton into the open floor. Smartly brings it back out to a cutting Gustafson inside for Golden, who's fouled by Baldwin.
That time that happened because Stockard got hurt. He keeps slowly getting back into the play. Gustafson again with the recognition drops it down to Golden getting fouled. Ace Baldwin had no choice but to come down and force him to make 2 free throws instead of giving up the bunny.
Golden 67% for the free throw line on the year. 2,041 points.
That's impressive, but you know what's even more impressive? Over 400 downs.
Yes.
That's pretty good. Running that Princeton offense. He's going to be a hard guy to replace. I know he's had him for a long time, so when he finally has to go into that locker room and he looked at the lockers and the name Golden's not there, you know, you really, if Chris Mooney's going to have PTSD. Where's Grant?
Second shot, no good, so 0 for 2 from the line. That's the one part of his game which is a little lighter than the other parts. Here comes Baldwin, such a good distributor off the double screen. Little hesitation, kept his pivot foot. Nunn, the freshman. He had filled in at the point for Baldwin when he was hurt. Hason Ward was surprised he got it, but not surprised that he finished it.
Ace Baldwin, you're talking about driving in there, making plays. I'm talking about dominating the paint is one of the keys. Got to keep those guys out of the lane. It activates those bigs to make shots because they're not great finishers inside. But when Ace Baldwin drops it like that, it's too easy.
I like the fact that Ward is in the game covering Grant Golden. I think he could be athletic against him. And Golden bobbles the ball, and Hason Ward picks it up. 2 turnovers for Richmond as Curry dribbles it out of bounds into the Richmond ball. So each team now with 2 turnovers.
Yeah, it's like a fight trying to feel each other out. You know, just throw a couple punches and see what's going on. But But again, this crowd started to get into this game a little bit. We can see why this is a rivalry for sure.
VCU averages 63.5 points per game. Richmond averages 74 points per game. Now the foul's going to go against Curry of VCU. Now for Mike Rhodes, we gave you those numbers as he counsels Tim Kelly, one of the officials. So, but with Ace Baldwin back in the lineup, Mike Rhodes' team is averaging about 68 points per game. A significant jump from when he wasn't there as Burton makes the first free throw. Tyler Burton, 80% from the free throw line.
Ace Baldwin's your leader. I mean, he's just one of those guys. He's steady. He's on the floor. You give him. He's a coach on the floor. You need that. Similar to what Jacob Gilliard does for Chris Mooney. Man, it's invaluable being a coach for as long as I was. The times that we struggled, the times that we didn't have a great point guard.
Here's Curry, right side of the lane. Curry stops off the glass. No good. Hason Ward with a beautiful follow. And Mike Rhodes' eyes went wide on the sideline. They've been waiting for that.
Give Curry all the credit on the drive, forcing Golden to have to help. That's why you have to keep those guys out of the lane.
And an offensive foul called against KO. But that might have been a flop. But it's going to go against KO. All right, watch this follow by Ward.
See the drive there. Golden really doesn't challenge, but he's in no man's land. And he's not athletic enough. And Curry called him. He's got to sign that poster right there.
4-4 game, 16.5 to play in the first half. Ace Baldwin, little hesitation, leaves it inside for Ward, and he's got 6 quick points, all 6 for VCU.
So he's a tough cover because if you go into the ball screen, he's going to shoot unbelievably from 3, shooting about 45%. So you got to make a decision because when he gets in the lane, he helps those guys that don't score those bigs. He activates them and makes them tougher to guard.
17 games now for Ward, 12 starts. There's the 3rd turnover for Richmond. None. Crosses over, pushes his way to the basket. Burton with a rejection. Other things going around. They're both Philadelphia fans, Philadelphia Phillies fans, so they would talk about that as well. You know, and as Moon told us, I've known Chris Mooney for a long time. Moon said, listen, we're similar because we both started as high school coaches.
Right.
We then went to Division III, and then we went to Division I. We wound up here in this area, so it's a cool rivalry, and there's also a cool friendship between the two as well.
No doubt, particularly when you add the kids to it, that definitely makes it special. And I got to talk to Coach Rhodes. I got to get some tape. He said they pressed. The little team pressed. So we got to talk through that.
VCU with the 2-point lead. Gilliard edged up by Hason Ward. Here's Burton, cut off by Curry. Bounce pass to Golden, off the glass, athletic move. It's good. Not much that Sahonis could do, but kind of lead back. We're tied at 6.
So that versatility of Tyler Burton, why people at the next level like him so much. He's not a guy who can just shoot threes and rebound. He can drop dimes as well, but great cut by Golden.
Vince Williams with the miss, Golden with the rebound. Cutting and passing is where VCU was concerned with facing Richmond, as you might imagine, because they are such a veteran team. Plus, with this motion offense, with the foundation pieces being of the Princeton offense, they do cut and move better than a lot.
They'll do another foul that looks up by KO again, but wow,
that's 2 offensive fouls on KO.
I'm glad they called out one. Look like the easy one. You see here, when you try to deny, which is right under, he caught Ward number 20. Sahonis probably should have tried to take a charge there, but again, can't get there soon enough. Even better finish by Golden, but that's what they do. You deny, anytime you deny, that's backdoor. You got to help on the weak side. If not, they're going to get layups all game long.
All right, so KO sits with 2. Grant checks in for the first time, or I should say Grace checks in for the first time. 104th game for Matt Grace. He's covering Hason Ward. Ward cut off. Ward jump shot. It's good. You want to talk about somebody who's feeling it. That's 8 straight points out of the gate for Hason Ward.
You think about the average is 5 a game. If he's doing that without Vince Williams and Ace Baldwin doing what they normally do, KeShawn Curry's been hot as of late. That is a bonus for the Rams.
Race to the right side for Gilliard. Burton posts up. Sherrod in for the first time for Richmond. Shot is blocked, and Sahonis is able to track it down.
That's what they do best. Defense, they cover for each other. They're amazing at it in transition. They're also equally as good at times.
Vince Williams right to the cup. He's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. How about this friendly roll?
No question. And starting with the crossover, put Gustafson in the blender, getting to the rim, so athletic. I told you, he's the super. Right? He's the super in the building. Whatever you need fixed, this young man can do it. Having an amazing season for Mike Rhodes.
Yeah, he took a huge charge in the victory over Davidson the other night. So Williams to the free throw line, 78%. That charge was in the last minute of the game, and it led to the defensive play by Mikal Brown-Jones that sealed the victory for VCU. Although Mike Rhodes said we really do have to work on our 6-minute game because we haven't been able to finish the way we should.
But Tom, I like what Mike Rhodes says. If you play defense, everything's about defense. The summer's about working on your offense. If you play defense, right, I'll give you some leeway on offense. So those guys love that.
Burton, quick release, too strong with the three. And Baldwin comes out of the pile, leaves it for Sahonis. Sahonis up top for Ward. And Ward cuts to the basket, too strong off the glass, and it's out of bounds. It'll remain VCU basketball.
VCU is in the groove right now. You can tell, like, they're feeling it. The momentum's on their side, running that offense. I mean, they're just on point right now with precision.
Ward checks out. Curry checks out.
Rose giving his boys 5. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, Deloach is in for the first time. He spells some minutes at the 4. And Kern is in for the first time. Sherrod with the rebound.
I like getting in the paint. I like the idea. We got to get someone to help for those bigs again, so he can get activated into the play.
A Grace is fouled by Deloach. A little bumping foul.
One thing about VCU, they're not going to give you that 3. Grace can make 3s, make 2 last game, so driving angles are going to be open. We'll see if those bigs can guard him.
Yeah, what Mike Rhodes told us, and this is really the case anytime you've watched VCU under Shaka Smart, even before that with Anthony Grant, they want to make a shot, a tough shot. Nothing open. Has to be defended.
And think about it, you know, in today's world, like, kids think about offense. That's Goose, and you know that's what he does so well. You got to switch that, get under that ball screen. Not a 3-point shooter, but back to that point, you know, he wants guys that are in love with playing defense. You know, as I mentioned before, you know, with my keys, defense travels. If you can play defense, you're always in the game.
Baldwin's 18-footer.
That doesn't hurt either.
No, it doesn't. 4-point lead for VCU. Burton right to the basket, tough shot. Grace with the rebound, kicks out for Sherrod. Sherrod along the baseline, too short.
Tom, did you see how quick Vince Williams closed out that corner?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Traveling violation, 3rd turnover. Here's Baldwin's bucket, nice fake.
You just can't speed him up. He's just in a groove right now. Not only doing it defensively, but offensively as well. Special young man came back from an injury that most people can't come back from.
Yeah, so the Achilles injury, which he sustained last spring, he still wears a therapeutic brace that he has on before the game and a sleeve during the game. And a hand-checking foul is called on Kern. His 16th game.
Well, usually players don't come back the same way from that injury. We've seen, I mean, very, very few players have been able to conquer that beast. And it seems like he and only Kevin Durant have done it.
And Burton is fouled. Count the bucket as he lays it in. Kern for his 2nd foul. It's a 2-point game.
It's a tough play. You don't want to give up. You see right there, like, who's ever guarding the ball, that should not be allowed to happen. You protect the basket and force them to throw it to the corner or throw it out up top. For credit, Tyler Burton. Did you know I played against his father? How about that?
I didn't know that.
89 and 90 and probably. Let me not stay on dating myself right now. I was like, whoa.
Everybody saw the open. They know where you're sitting age-wise. You and me both.
I hope his pops is watching everything. We have some buckets against each other. I like that.
Burton misses the free throw. 2-point game. 12 minutes to play, first half. Baldwin off the screen. Sahonis open, but instead they go to Deloach, low post. Deloach cut off by Golden. Trying to thread the needle to Vince Williams.
A tough pass there to begin. Baldwin getting in that lane.
Shot clock is down to 4. Curry into the paint. Curry up strong. No good. And Sherrod with the rebound.
Yeah, great defense by Sherrod. Chesting him without fouling him because Curry loves to drive and live in that lane.
And Burton is fouled on the floor. And that'll take us to a timeout. This is Gustafson before.
Get to the rim. You see that screen on Sahonis. And then the Gustafson says, I'm getting to the rim. Keeping my guys in there.
They honored him with the basketball from his 2000 point. And his buddy TJ Klein, the former Richmond Spider, he was the one who presented him with that basketball from the Fordham game. And this sold-out crowd cheering him on, giving him a standing ovation. There's TJ. Grant's a special player. You know, you asked Chris Mooney, can he compare him to Kit Miller, who was a great Princeton center when Chris Mooney played? And there have been some really good centers at Princeton over the years that Chris has seen.
Kit was a good one, though.
Kit was a really good one. Yeah, you got Kit Miller, you have Steve Goodrich, you have Chris Young.
Yes.
And even here at Richmond, they had some really good centers that could pass the ball the way Golden passes the ball.
I mean, just that versatile big that can step out. It's improved his shooting. But the thing is, you see another steal there by VCU.
6 turnovers now for Richmond as the ball goes out of bounds. 4 for VCU. All right, Chris, so there have been a lot of turnovers. And there's a lot of fouls already, too. 9 fouls in this first half between the two.
Yeah, you know it's going to be a physical game. Both teams are going to get after it. And, you know, think about it. Richmond, they take the ball from their opponents as well. So it's not just VCU that plays physical. Neither team is physical rebounding-wise, but they get after you on the perimeter. But back to my other point about Grant Golden, there's nothing more reassuring as a coach when you have a big. He throws that one away, but it was right on target. That can just so versatile where it's just you don't have to just throw the ball in the paint.
There's that turnover. A little too strong with this pass.
A little pick and pop action. That usually happens about Stocker. That happened because he had his hands up to get a deflection. If you have your hands down, they probably complete that.
Wilson covering Baldwin up top. Under 11 to play in the first half. Ball tipped out of bounds off Burton and Williams. Oh, they're going to say that Burton touched it last.
I'm going to see that one again. I don't know if Tony Cripps got that one.
Yeah, he cannot review it. Chris Moody's asking for some help from Tim Kelly.
I don't know much. To put my glasses back on for that one.
I thought it was pretty clear.
We missed that one.
And again, they cannot review that.
Fans let them know about it as well. Get the sense they're waiting to erupt.
Yeah, Curry off the front of the rim. Ball tipped around. Pinballs along the perimeter. And Brown-Jones runs it down. Brown-Jones finds Baldwin. Baldwin, little shot fake to the free throw line. And Stocker with a traveling violation.
See, Mike Rhodes says, make the pass. Just reverse the basketball. I know what you were thinking. Let's move the ball in, and appropriately what happens. So,
Stocker,
sit down and think about it.
Yeah, he'll check out. And Hason Ward checks back in. There have been 12 total turnovers already in this half.
These two teams get after it. You mentioned this is a hometown rivalry, so they're going to get after it, be physical. Another one.
And another one.
I don't think they're nervous, you know. I don't think that's what it is. It's just two teams that, I mean, there could be some jitters. How about that? Like, they've been looking forward to this game, but definitely better than that, these two teams are.
Just about halfway through the first half.
Particularly Richmond, they're one of the best in the country.
Yes, they are. Baldwin for 3. He connects. And the Rams up 15-10. Baldwin has 5.
Talk about put soft pressure on him to keep him out of the lane, but you just cannot let him just dribble and just see the basket like that. Far too good of a shooter.
Yeah, I think he was surprised he was left that far open. Sherrod to Gilliard. Gilliard covered by Nunn, the freshman. Nice spin move. Picks it up for Sherrod, open for 3. Oh, in and out. Burton with the offensive rebound. Gilliard for 3. Yes!
Tyler Burton, 13 offensive rebounds in the last game at Rhode Island. Jacob Gilliard, that's all he needs. I've seen him do that time and time again on film. He's just deep. an ounce of space. He knocks down the triple. The time the crowd is ready to rock and roll.
Curry into the paint. What a move. Doesn't finish it, though. He made a beautiful move, and Burton hit it last out of bounds.
See, again, somebody has to box out top. You see no one there to box him out. I think that was Curry's assignment, and it's just too late. They always miss the basketball gods, punish you for not doing your duty and boxing out. Anytime that inside-out three, they knock that down. He knocks it down from the corner pocket.
Shot clock resets to 20. As Baldwin will inbound to Curry.
Curry has been so determined. He's been so close to getting in that lane and making a shot. He threw his hands up last time and said, what else can I do?
None for three, and it's in and out and then off again, and a foul underneath. That'll go against Grace. That's a huge break for VCU because that ball was into the hands of the Spiders.
They were ready to get up and down the floor, much to the dismay of the crowd.
Watch 15.
Yeah, he's holding it. Yeah, he's holding it. It's where it goes down. It's like the offensive defensive line, right?
Yeah.
Holding, it's where it goes down.
No, that's a good call. That's a good call.
They're physical down there. And people say, why is he holding? It's not so easy to stop guys, boxing out guys when they're determined to get to the basket. Obviously, you cannot hold though.
The officials are trying to make sure they have the right guy. It's going to go against Grace, number 15. I think they're good. And Baldwin will inbound. 8:50 to play here in the first half. Gets it to Curry. Brown Jones.
Well, I was about to say, Tim Kelly did the same thing. I was like, Tim, what game you watching?
He's smiling as he goes up the floor. Watch the big
My goodness.
step.
Wow. Wrong league. They don't call that one in the other league. They let them do that.
You are right. They do not call that in the other league.
So you putting that pressure on, just a little toothache press. Trying to keep him off balance, makes him extinguish some of that clock. Princeton-style offense motion.
Billiard to baseline. Cut off with a double team. Grace. His shot is blocked by Mikal Jones. That was kind of like the block the other night against Davidson that helped to win the game.
I mean, their recovery time, and talk about their length and right away in transition. I told you, whenever you need him, he's Mr. Reliable. Looked like they were sputtering a little bit. Who knocks down the three?
So Williams gives them a 5-point lead, 18-13. 5 points for Williams. Another turnover for Richmond. Baldwin back to Williams. Can he feel it again? Nope. Off the side of the rim, and Gustafson with the rebound.
Well, they just do not stop coming at you. It's amazing they don't score more points, but what they do is they stop you, and Gustafson, you cannot jump in the air without anywhere to go. Not against this team. 9
turnovers for Richmond. Gilliard, 12-footer is good. That was a sweet shot. He has 5.
He was like a road runner. They were chasing around. He's going to keep dribbling until he found an opening. That's what you got to do against these guys. I mean, they're going to chase you, putting hands on you, being physical, getting steals. There's just someone there every single time, and you got to be ready to make a basket.
Oh, wow. Steals it.
Give me that.
By the way, that Gilliard bucket gives him 1,800 points for his career. He's trying to work on the next 1,800 with an off-balance shot.
Very aggressive. Taking this fight to the Rams. Can't leave him.
Williams open for 3, and he cans it. His second one of the half.
Do not leave him. That was a missed assignment. Sprint back in transition. Everybody got to point to a man, but don't leave the best three-point shooter on their team.
Now he has 8 points. And Sherrod, long 3, in and out. Grace battling for the rebound. Whistle blows and a foul called. All right.
Well, you look at that length right there. I mean, you're talking about why this team suffocates you. Anytime you think like you're open, that wingspan will get to you so quick. You don't even say, well, how tall is the guy? No, how long is his arms?
Yeah. So here's this block from a few moments ago, huh? How about that?
I mean, it was similar. It was actually in the exact same spot, Tom, as the Davidson game.
By the way, the officials took a look at Gilliard's 3 from earlier in the first half. They just now took a peek at it, and they decided it was indeed a 3-pointer. So that's why it's a 6-point game, 21-15.
It's a great building, right?
great building. They revamped it several years ago, and it's fantastic. It was always good, but they just made it a little more intimate. Grace to the free throw line, 75%, just 12 attempts on the year. Makes the first one. As a team, Richmond 71% from the free throw line. Grace is averaging about 6 points per game the last 10. Cans the second one. He's been a nice help for Chris Mooney off the bench. They're without Connor Crabtree today. A non-COVID illness as Gustafson nearly steals it, then does. And a foul or timeout called by Gilliard. Players have to call the timeout unless there's 2 minutes to play in each half. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
That definitely takes them to the next level.
Richmond with the basketball, down 4. They just forced the turnover. Burton just slipped down on the floor, getting up slowly. Shot clock is under 10.
He's so good at guarding his ball screens.
Randolph from the baseline, and the freshman doesn't connect. Tips it out though to Gilliard. Grace does. Second shot no good, and Ward with the rebound.
VCU does a tremendous job. You know they're going to pick and pop at their bigs, and they still help on the ball screen and get back to them. Again, they're talking about that length of recovery time. They just do a tremendous job. It's why they're so good defensively. They practice it, and they're good at it, and they execute it.
Higgins hands it off to Baldwin. Baldwin hesitation, little shoulder fake.
He's right there with him. He's not letting him get anywhere near that rim.
Here's DeLoach in the paint, and DeLoach was able to force Burton deep enough to get the position. It's 23-17.
That's just good offense, moving the ball from one side of the floor to the other to find that mismatch or that size advantage.
And another turnover. That's 10 turnovers for Richmond. Randolph was out of bounds. Here comes Sherrod back in. Burton will take a seat.
Tweaked his ankle a little bit. He hasn't really gotten going yet.
Yeah, it's when he slipped down on the other end.
I like the pace. You know, think about VCU. You talk about team if they're a pressing team, they get after you. They don't score a lot. The thing is, Tom, they don't let you score.
Right.
So they control the pace of the game because they're patient on offense, even though they get a ton of takeaways on defense.
Hason Ward has it blocked by Grace, gets it back. Second shot no good. Ball loose around. DeLoach comes out with it. Here's Baldwin up top. Baldwin for the free throw line. Down low to a cutting Williams who lays it in.
He just ball at the hostage dribble, kept him on his back. You know, you couldn't get to him. Forced the defender, the big, to help. No man's land, drops a dime, and there he is again. This guy's everywhere.
Yeah, Baldwin with the steal, bounce pass to DeLoach, and DeLoach
That'll be a timeout.
He's able to slam it home.
And slow this thing down. They're in a groove right now defensively.
Yeah, largest lead of the day. It's 27-17. Sherrod for 3. It's good. That answers it a little bit. And now the lead is at 7.
Best three-point shooter on this team. 8% of his shots that he makes are coming from 3.
Baldwin winds his way toward the basket, lost control, got it back, and then asked for a timeout. So this is how they get their steals. Ace Baldwin 45% of the time on passes, Gilliard 49%. It was interesting listening to two coaches describe what makes both of them excellent defenders, and they were both very similar in their assessment of both players.
Yeah, you know, the interesting thing is both of them can score, but it's defensively where they make an impact like you wouldn't believe. And they're not big guards. And I'll tell you, these are two guards that can play anywhere in the country.
Right.
Because they're very versatile, they're leaders, and they play both sides of the ball.
You know, both coaches said they use the same term. They said they're both ball hawks. They said they both can pick the dribble. Gilliard, they feel, is the more of the assessor on how he steals. Like out of nowhere, he'll come up and steal the ball.
Tactical.
Whereas Baldwin just goes at you.
And Baldwin has, again, over 5 steals in the last 3 games he's averaging. That's amazing.
Yeah, he missed that shot. Under 4 to play. And now Richmond has the door open, down 7.
I just like the flow of VCU right now. they have the advantage. They're really pick it up offensively with their execution. They're playing against an elite defensive team.
And Gilliard, that was a shot. It turned out to be a pass. And Golden's able to lay it in.
Vince Williams sleeping there. Golden being very alert. Saw there was an air ball. That's an easy bunny.
Here's Nunn, the freshman, outside to Curry. Loach, back to Curry, cut off by Sherrod. Williams, little hesitation, spent past Burton, though, picked up by Golden. Inside to Loach, turnaround, one-hander, no good. Gilliard with the rebound.
And that's the kind of shots Richmond wants them to try to take. The ones they don't want them to take is when they get into the lane, any type of penetration, then they have to help and give these guys dunks and easy layups.
Gilliard resets the offense up top. 27-22. Golden open for three, didn't take it, instead puts it on the deck. Bounce pass to Gustafson, who throws it up wildly. It was tipped. He got it back, made an awkward shot with the shot clock winding down.
I think he was so surprised he was open. I mean, no one even jumped at. But again, that's what that defense does. You think they're going to come out there to steal everything, put their hands on it? I mean, it's always hands in your vision or in your line of sight.
Nunn in the paint, Nunn. Tough shot, draws the contact from Gustafson. Coming up on AT&T 5G at the half, Brent Stover and the gang are in studio. They've got scores and highlights from around college basketball. Again, that's all coming up on AT&T 5G at the half.
You mentioned during the break that you feel like VCU needs another scorer, huh?
I think that would balance them out even more because they're so good. And I think that there are times where they have that other scorer. None missed there. Sahonis is one of those guys that had a 3-game spurt where he was scoring, but he needs to play a little more defense probably.
Right. And Curry's had some, but he's been on fire as of late. But that consistent guy, as they try to make that push, it's a huge game for them net-wise. If they try to make that push to get to the NCAA tournament, you're in position for that large bid. You're right. Somebody has to step up. They have a couple guys, and Nunn and Curry, to be consistent though.
That was the first bucket for Nunn. 28-22, Gustafson.
Nunn is all over Gustafson. They're just everywhere. Those hands.
Heading through the 2-minute mark, and here's Burton cutting the baseline. Let himself just a little too much. He could not get the right angle on the reverse.
Every time you press up on him, another turnover, back look can happen at any time.
That's 9 turnovers for VCU. There have been 20 turnovers in this game. Sherrod for 3, no good. Golden with the rebound. He's fouled going back up.
The Spiders are battling. They're battling. They're missing some bunnies. Gustafson missed the bunny. Backdoor cut there by Bergman. He missed the bunny. I mentioned before about the aggressiveness of VCU. Even when they're not there, you think they are, like the boogeyman.
The foul on Ward was his first. And now Golden 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
Mike Rhodes pleading his case over there.
The first shot from Golden. Yeah, it's good. Golden up the front of the rim. Wilson checks in. Gustafson checks out. By the way, KO's been on the bench for most of his first half because he has 2 personal fouls.
This pace, I'm telling you, this pace is where VCU wants it. Richmond averages about 74 points a game. And right now they got 23 with a minute and some change to go. VCU's pace.
28-24, 1:40 to play. To the basket, and an offensive foul called on Baldwin. Kind of leaned in. That'll be his second personal foul. Watch as he goes in the air and leans.
He goes right into Wilson. Easy call for refs. He didn't even have to do it because he had an angle. He had him on his hip. Let's see if this last minute and 33, Richmond could make a run with him going out of the game. Because him being in, he controlled the game. As you see Mike Rhodes consoling him, saying, hey, score can just make the layup. Make the jump shot. No reason to lean in.
Only a 4-point game. Sherrod to Golden, back to Sherrod. Sherrod to the baseline. up strong, off the side of the rim, no good. And Williams with the board. That's his 4th rebound. And he'll go right toward the basket, slips it to Ward, and Ward lays it in. He's got 10.
Yeah, he's dribbling the ball up the floor with it. Oh, look, right back action.
Yeah, back and forth we go. Under a minute to play. Ward, by the way, 3rd game in double figures this year.
He's having a great game. And we talk so much about Jacob Gilliard and his ability to steal the ball, but he also throws a lot of dimes as well.
Williams to a play. Curry somehow slipped through the crack and got into the paint.
C-Mac, that's that super again, stepping up, making plays.
That was a nice pass.
I mean, he's just doing it all.
That was a nice pass.
Kid is so good. He's a guy, many people don't know his name, but he keeps playing the way he's playing. You will know it soon. Vince Williams, Toledo's finest.
Richmond is just letting the clock wind down. 3-second difference, shot clock, game clock. Gilliard baseline, swings it to Sherrod for 3. It's good! 32-29, and that will finish up the first half here at the Robins Center.
He's done it all, and he's done it with class, and he's waited his turn. This kid is phenomenal, and he's just a very, very, very good player. You see Mike Rose, he's hyping his kids up. He knows that they keep playing to where they're playing. And they're going to have to keep doing it because, you know what, Richmond's a second-half team.
Yeah, Richmond 4-4 when trailing at the half. VCU 8-1 when leading at the half. As the second half gets underway, VCU with the basketball. Stockard going at it against Golden. Ball pinballs around, and it's swatted away.
Mike Rose is talking to Tim Kelly. His daughter was a foul.
I got to say, though, we were talking about VCU's oh, how about that?
Nice.
Wow, how about that? A whirl of a pass from Gilliard to Grant Golden. It's a 1-point game. Again, it's Richmond's defense that leads to offense. Their defense has been solid, too.
Yeah, they have been solid. They've been good, solid all year long. It's just that, again, they're playing against one of the best in the country.
I mean, this looked really good.
Coming off that ball screen, Stockard, you got to give Vince Williams, we've been giving a lot of praise, but he has to be there on that catch. But you know what? He's guarding a guy in the corner like KO. He should be there. Like, KO's not a three-point shooter. Just sit in the hole and take that roll away, particularly if Stockard's going to help like that and hedge on the ball screen.
The bounce pass goes to Stockard. He knocked it off his foot. It was loose for a moment. None inside. Off the glass, no good. Ball tipped around. Richmond will have the ball down by 1. A minute into the second half.
Yeah, Nunn and Curry, they've had bunnies. They just missed. Just got to draw into contact, not been able to put them in.
Burton, he is fouled going to the basket on the floor. It'll go against Curry.
And there you see Tyler Burton's versatility because of his size. If you have a smaller guard, they can post him up. They got to do something. He only had 4 points in the first half to get him going. Had a big second half against Rhode Island. We'll see what happens here.
They get it into Gustafson. Shot clock resets to 20. And by the way, KO is in. He had 2 fouls early in the first half, so didn't get a lot of time. Burton high, lofting 3, no good. And Stockard with an easy rebound. Williams up the floor, 1-point lead for VCU. Williams open for 3. You can't give him that much space. Fortunately for Richmond, though, he missed the shot.
Well, that's happened a few times coming down in transition. Someone's got to find him at all times. That's Gilliard again. Much is made about his ability to put his hand continuously in the cookie jar. And he says, I can drop some dimes as well, going to his buddy, Super Seniors.
The last lead for Richmond was with 16:55 to play in the first half. They lead it by 1. They get the rebound off the missed shot. Meanwhile, for Gilliard, 6 assists as the Spiders turn the ball over. Williams in transition, gets position and lays it in.
Yeah, he's finishing that one. No question about it.
Whistle blows. Real quick, there was a delay of game against VCU Warding. 6 assists now for Gilliard. He's now moved into number 2 on the A-10's all-time list in assists. Number 1 is Howard Evans, the former Temple Owl, with 748. I know you did. 7-0-8 for Gilliard.
Howie Evans, you're bringing back nightmares. McGonigal Hall, John Chaney, Coswell, Mark Macon. Oh my goodness.
So this is number 6 that moved him into second place. He moved past Jameer Nelson.
Pretty good company.
Yes, great company.
You see Golden cut there. Coswell, then he subbed him out. He just didn't seem like he's moving well. He's struggling to score offensively. They're going at him defensively. They'll play a little bit harder than that. And plus, Ward's playing a lot better this game, Tom.
Yeah, Stockard has been sort of struggling to keep his feet moving. Golden thought about the 3, heads to the basket, has it knocked away.
Look at that pass.
Here comes Curry, and bam! And just like that, VCU's lead is up to 3.
That's what they do, a different type of Curry. You see in a 3 ball, but slam the one-handed hammer. Great pass, though, by Ace Baldwin.
Whistle blows.
Talk about that length. See the hands. Look at the hands there. Ward. Somebody's always there at any given time. And Curry, just like you used to do it, Tom, back in the day on the Philly playground. I didn't know you played in the Sunny Hill League. I mean, you said that. I almost fell off on the Zoom.
I don't know if I can get up that high. All right, so Gilliard will inbound off the foul by Hason Ward. The inbounds goes to Gustafson. 36-33, VCU on top.
This crowd patiently waiting for Richmond, I might add, to make something happen. Great up and under.
Wow, beautiful move. He just couldn't finish. Williams with the rebound.
I'm telling you, that's been happening both sides. Oh, Coach Mooney's not happy.
He wanted an offensive foul. Curry off the pass by Williams.
This Mooney is giving it to Wayne Glad. He said, you missed that call, but VCU's undeterred. They're flying up and down the floor, Tom.
Yeah, it's a 6-0 run. Sherrod to Grace. To the corner for Gilliard for 3. Too strong. Ace Baldwin with the rebound.
They need Tyler Burton to really start heating up, because otherwise on the perimeter, that's, oh my God, just looking, you see the whole bench.
Count the buckets. Vince Williams able to keep his position. 13 double-figure games. He is 19 for his last 30 from the floor. Vince Williams.
He's been on fire, and what you want in a senior, somebody to step up. And again, as they trying to make this charge, they're playing for that large group. That's what they're trying to do. You don't want to rely on the Atlantic 10 tournament.
Yeah, that they also would love to finish in the top 4 in the A10, because that means you don't have to play early in the Atlantic 10 tournament. Here's Sherrod off the pass by Grace. He was looking for him the entire way.
Delivery execution. I'll tell you what happened there. Hason Ward steps out. Vince Williams helps on the pick and pop. Sherrod knew that and cut to the rim. Comes from good stock. Dad played at Old Dominion. The grandfather played at VCU. How about that?
Yep. Ball's out of bounds. That turnover is number 12.
Yeah, pick and pop back. See how Vince stunts, and guess what Sherrod does? Cuts right to the rim. Freshman none. Unaware of trying to help him. You see the bench talking to him like, you have to help. If he stunts, you have to be in the hole, have that halo, which is being under the basket in the restricted.
Each team with 12 turnovers. Gustafson outside for Burton for 3. High-arcing shot, no good. And the rebound by Hason Ward, who's played really well off the bench. He's on the doorstep of a double-double. He has 10 points, 9 rebounds. Curry slips it to Ward. How about 12 points and 9 rebounds?
I mean, you got to read the scouting report. Curry is going to drive. He hasn't made it 3 in 7 games. He's going to drive the basketball, force him to make a jump shot. It's part of college basketball. People want to score. They want to do this. And I know they're smart players in Richmond, and it's in the heat of the moment, but you have to read the scouting report and know that he's a driver.
Burton skips it out to Sherrod for 3, and no good off the front of the rim.
Williams almost knocked this down. Sprinting out and tested on that shot.
So an 11-2 run for VCU. They've been pretty crisp passing the basketball.
Driving to the rim, you see Grace trying to block the shot. You have to stunt, right? That's called helping uphill, because behind you is a dunker who's going to finish it. Curry again. You have to recognize what kind of player he is. We used to call him Currys and Rondos. No disrespect to Rondo. When you close out, you say he's a Curry. He's a Rondo. I remember one time I worked at USA Basketball. Rondo was there. He makes a three in front of me. I said, non-shooter. He looked at me. I never said it again.
Backdoor pass to Curry. He must have been really happy about that.
That was the end of that.
Williams caught underneath. Bounce pass
Another
to Curry.
pass.
It's a no-look pass by
That's
Curry.
unbelievable. But again, what was the key? Dominate the paint. They've been living in the paint. Half of their points come from the paint. You got to keep them out of there.
That's 5 assists now for Williams. He's had a heck of a game. Grant Golden underneath. He's caught way underneath. Goes up, shot blocks.
Yeah, like 4 black jerseys around them. Look, right, Ace Baldwin from behind. They're just everywhere.
That's where Williams' head is.
You're driving to the rim. KO's no match for him on the perimeter. You have to square him up, which means Golden has to have his foot on that baseline. You can't allow him to get around.
Shot clock is at 9. Gilliard inbounds.
It would be really nice if Gustafson could make a shot, because he's just a driver.
Yeah.
So at least into the shot clock there.
Yeah, that ball hit the rim. It should have reset the shot clock to 20. In fact, Tim Kelly saw it. He's right over to the scorer's table. That should be Richmond ball with the shot clock at 20.
It's a deep three.
It sure is. Yeah, see, it hits just the front of the rim.
Yeah, reset to 20. Tim Kelly, crew, taking care of that.
Bounce pass is kicked out of bounds.
Watching Ace Baldwin playing an out of bounds play. He's trying to stop him from getting into the corner.
Yeah.
You should invite him to get into the corner and just stay in the hole to take away the basket.
All right, so this is a 13-2 run over the last 4 minutes for VCU. During that time, Richmond is 1 for its last 8 from the floor.
One of the top 10 defensive teams in the country, Tom. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Best in the Atlantic 10, best taking away threes, best stealing the ball, scoring defense. They do it all.
KO missed the first one, didn't miss the second one.
Sometimes you got to punch the bully in the mouth. The way they're coming at you, you have to come back at them, because they're not been able to make threes. That's a great steal.
Yeah, Gilliard into the open floor. He'll size up a 3. It's good.
Same exact thing that happened at Rhode Island. Got to get this crowd into the game. Sellout crowd here at Richmond.
45-40, none. Left side of the lane. Outside for Baldwin. Lost it for a moment. Shot clock at 7. Deloach. I don't know if he realizes it. He'll throw it up. Shot clock is at 2 off the side of the backboard.
Baldwin left him hanging there. It's not what he does best. He should have got it back, come off the ball screen, made something happen for his teammates.
Gilliard again. Off the front of the rim. Golden with the rebound.
Shot. How about that?
Williams.
Bring your popcorn. What a block party. This thing has been. Both these teams are really good defensively.
Yes.
12 minutes to go. You see that cross-town rivalry starting to heat up in here a bit.
Baldwin left side of the lane. He's foul going up. Yeah, he's been solid. Vince Williams, the senior from Toledo, St. John's Jesuit High School. One thing that you talk to certain coaches, they say when they talk about how good a player is, they reference high school coaches.
Yeah.
And they say, well, I mean, he had a great high school coach. And that was the case for Vince Williams, according to Mike Rhodes.
Yeah, you know, think about the different styles of recruiting. I like the way both these guys recruit. They recruit to their strengths, you know. They recruit to their culture of their program, and in the era of where everyone's breaking transfers, which is nothing against that. All right, coaches leave all the time. Players can do the same. But when you have longevity and you have continuity, it helps your culture.
Baldwin has 7, covering Gilliard, who has 8. Baldwin's turned it over twice. Gilliard has not turned it over today. KO backs his way in. KO against Williams, throws it up, but he's fouled going up. That foul is on Williams. That's his second.
T-Mac, I'm telling you right now, if I'm Richmond, I would do that every single time.
Just go in at him?
I mean, KO had 18 when they played last year, right? So my thing is, force Vince Williams to play defense, because when he's out of the game, it's a different game. They're a different team, the same way when Ace Baldwin's out of the game.
Now, this is not a strength for KO. 44% from the free throw line. And you hate to say it, but even watching the form, you can see that it may not be a strength.
Yeah, he makes Shaq, he makes Shaq look good. My bad, Shaq. I'm a frat brother. I don't want to get mad at you. Don't like me up on Twitter.
VCU is on top by 6. There's Curry covered by Burton.
Good defense there. Wilson, lying Baldwin the ball.
Yeah, Gilliard's on Sahonis in the corner. It's Wilson that's covering Baldwin. Shot clock at 7. Baldwin from 17 leans into it.
I mean, you see it happening. As soon as they made the switch, I don't know if they're trying to give Gilliard some rest. He's got the young fellow on him. What does he do? Go right at him off the ball screen. He was not able to do that against Gilliard.
Baseline for Burton. Burton doesn't get the bounce. Ball is knocked out of bounds by KO. It'll be VCU ball.
Burton's just having a tough, I mean, a very good player. He's having a tough time today.
Yeah, his jump shot, whether it be beyond the arc or inside the arc like there, it's just off the tip.
Looks good, though. He's got great elevation on his shot. You see they put Gilliard back on Baldwin there.
And there's an offensive foul on Curry. And Burton is able to get position. It's 3 on Curry.
One thing I'll say about Burton, because, again, reading your scouting report, remember, you know that he's a driver.
Right. And the other part about scouting reports, you brought up a good question to him when we were talking to Burton. He is now at the top of the scouting report.
Yes.
That's new for him, averaging 16 points per game.
And that's a feeling like everybody wants to be a scorer, and that's what's different about college basketball. It's a different type of game plan than the NBA. Oh, nice move by Baldwin. That was a set play. Chris Mooney says, hey, the way they're guarding you, they're taking away the pass, drive the basketball, but he still had to finish amongst the trees.
49-43, foul by Wilson. Watch the quick first step.
Yeah, definitely. They're waiting on the handoff. Hason Ward's got to stay solid. You know, level him off. Flat. I'm sure that's a count. As soon as he knows he has him at an angle. He's been there 6 years, by the way.
Yeah.
So he's seen every type of defense. As soon as he knows he has him at an angle, it's going straight to the rim. They're going to miss him when he's gone. Trust me on that.
Well, they're going to miss him. They're going to miss Gilliard. They're going to miss KO. They're going to miss Sharon.
Oh, man. I'm sure Chris Mooney's got some stuff lined up. But, wow. Got to do something with this team for sure.
Stockard, little awkward pass. Gilliard knocked it away. Picked up by Wilson.
I mean, he should struggle this game. I don't know if you should play him right now.
Wilson. He just stumbled to the basket and he's fouled going up. That's a fortunate foul because he was going down.
He was definitely, you see right away, the Loaches at the scores table. When you're driving in there, you can just forget it. I mean, he almost blocked that twice. Got the foul, though. These guys, they're closing. They just get after you so quickly.
Yes.
As Wilson knocks that down, and you see Stockard goes out, the Loach comes in. She's had a tough game. It's one of those days. The other guys are just, they got it going a little bit more. How about the Loach? I love reading the bios of the kids. Wants to get Homeland Security. Like, I've never seen that before.
That's good.
Can you imagine him? As long as he is.
Long and athletic.
Long and athletic.
All right, so Williams will take a breather, not for that long, 9:50 to play. It's a 4-point game. This rivalry, these two campuses separated by 6 miles. Mike Rhodes said when we weren't in the same conference, we played this game in November and December. Now it's got even more meaning because we're in the same conference and we're at the top of the division most times. Baldwin into the paint. Baldwin leans it in. Golden misdirected it.
A great defense there by the Spiders. It's getting a little sticky. There's no freedom of movement. Those big, great pass. You saw it coming all game long.
Defense overplays. You go right to the basket. 49-47. The sellout crowd has gotten everything they wanted. Great look by Golden to Gilliard. And here we go.
Yeah, just good energy, good tradition in the city of Richmond with both these teams, and I think it definitely was great that. Oh, how about a steal there?
Yeah, Burton steals it, and a foul. I believe that's going to go against Baldwin, and if it is, that's number 3 on him.
Tom, eerily similar to what I saw. I called the game against Rhode Island. Tyler Burton at the top of that press, getting those steals. It's a lazy pass by Baldwin. He's got to get the ball up, get out of that corner, and get it up a little bit higher. Sometimes you got to move your press offense up higher and not get it so low. But right now, they got to play some defense.
Yeah, Deloach is out. Williams is in. They'll move Ward on to Golden.
There's so much experience on this Richmond team. They're never out of the game, and they've come back. They're used to comebacks. They're not a team that you could just bury and there's no fight in them. Senior Layton.
Shot clock is under 10. Gilliard, shot clock at 5. He finally realizes, working against Baldwin, cut off by Baldwin, step back 3, throws it up, no good, rebound by Ward. And now a flop is called. Flop warning is called against Gilliard.
And Gilliard's not happy about it. You see him demonstrative.
He wanted a foul.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Dwayne Gladner. Did hit him on the arm though, but after that, invest in more in those acting classes. Don't quit your day job. How about the job Chris Mooney's done here? I mean, this is a spectacular place, great tradition. I played against Chris Mooney in state tournament. How about that?
In the state tournament, high school?
NCAA tournament.
NCAA tournament.
Pete Carrill. They had Kit Miller. That's why I was, we talked to him about Kit Miller and the similarities to Grant Golden. Beat him in Syracuse in the Carrier Dome. They were so good back then. I mean, it was just, they're good this year, but wow.
The pause there, by the way, was to look at the clock to make sure they knew where it was. The game clock, that is. They got it set now. A little pressure by Richmond. They pressed the entire time the other night in the second half when they were down by 13 at the half, 15 overall.
The old saying, sometimes you got to punch the bully, right?
Yeah.
They press them. Sometimes they're not adept to handling the press, even though they do it all game long.
Gilliard's going to get called for that foul, working against Nunn. That's the second on Gilliard.
One thing the VCU does not want to happen, they're the worst free throw shooting team in the league. Right? So if it gets into a free throw shooting contest, now it also depends on who's shooting them for them.
Curry inbounds to Baldwin. Wilson is on him. Gilliard is on Nunn. Williams under the basket. Good defense. Shot clock is under 10. Shot clock at 5. Curry for 3. No good. And the rebound is taken by Grant Golden. That's number 6 for him.
Give Curry that shot all game long. Like I said, he hasn't made one, even though the English shot clock hadn't made one in 7 games. He has to drive it.
Gilliard swings it, and a foul is called. And foul is on Baldwin. That's his 4th. It's 49-47.
For sure. You probably want to try to get him to that 4-minute timeout.
Wow, that's a long time.
It is a long time, but again, I saw this happen the other night when Richmond was on the road. Shepard was hurt, right? And then they had a freshman guard who just could not handle it. You know, Thomas just struggled, and then Richmond took advantage of it with that press, and it was all she wrote.
By the way, the officials, when we went to timeout, changed it from an inbounds to a 1-and-1 opportunity. It was the 17th foul. Gilliard misses the free throw. Wow.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic. Almost nobody even boxed him out. They got lucky to get that rebound.
There's the foul trouble for VCU. Baldwin has 4. Williams and Curry each have 3.
Always said, coaches, when you great job on the lob.
When Golden was fouled as he cut it off, they're going to call a foul on Hason Ward. That'll be his third.
Rams fouls on number 20, Hason Ward.
By Golden coming off that ball screen, he's trying to throw that lob.
Number 8
Did a tremendous job of faking. That's what happens on that play. When you come off that screen, you can throw that floater or throw the lob. I always say bigs, they should stunt, which is fake it, the guy coming up, the player come up the screen, and then retreat and take away the lob. Very difficult if it's Clint Capella for the Atlanta Hawks, right? But if it's Joel Embiid, but at the end of the day, you have to force him to make the floater. The floater is a very tough shot. Even though people can make it today, but it's still a tougher shot.
All right, so Golden 1-and-1 opportunity. Richmond is 9 of 14 from the free throw line. 10 of 15. All right, so one more to tie this game at 49. Deloach in, Ward out.
You just get the sense that Chris Mooney's bunch, as I said before, they're just experienced. They can finish each other's sentences. They've known each other so well. And now that press.
Tornado run, by the way, for Richmond. The pull even at 49.
Vince Williams time right now. He's got to make a play happen for his team.
And he's going to the basket off the glass, and he does just that to give VCU a 2-point lead.
Good for whatever else you coach. What do you need? I'll bring it to the party.
Yeah, that's 17 for him. And again, Ace Baldwin on the bench with 4 fouls. Burton, little hesitation. Gilliard for 3. It's no good.
A great screen by KO.
And Deloach with the rebound and then the steal by Wilson. Gilliard kicks it out. Golden thought about the 3. Doesn't take it.
Banks
kept his pivot foot. Burton takes the 3. It's in and out. And the rebound by Williams.
I found he just had a tough game.
Yeah,
and it's been right there.
That was unlucky right there.
Yeah, just ball has to go in though.
Yeah, it does.
No matter what it looks like.
None. And he's fouled by Wilson. The foul is on the floor, and it's just the 16th foul for Richmond.
They gotta buy some time. They gotta buy some time. Ball on the bench. Move the ball around. Find that mismatch and drive it to the rim. And again, you know where I'm going. I'm going to 1-0 if I'm the team in block. Finding a way to give him a driving lane and get him to the rim. I'm sure Mike Rose is telling his team that now. So you've got Gustafson guarding Vince Williams. Let's see if they can get him in the post.
The bounce goes to Williams. The high screen. Williams over the top of Golden. Shot tipped out.
Good tap. Take some time off the clock. Got a new shot clock. Reset at 20.
Williams along the baseline. Throws it into Curry. Off the glass. It's good.
Did you see how he double bumped?
Yep.
The presence of mind. But who we got to give credit to, again, Ace Baldwin's out of the game. Put the ball in Tim's hand and let him make plays.
That's 6 assists to go along. 9 rebounds and 17 points.
Mr. Reliable. Just finds a way to help this team win.
Under 6 to play. KO gets everybody off their feet, and he answers with a kiss at the glass.
Again, Vince Williams got 3 fouls. Can't foul. Can't be as aggressive as he normally is. KO taking advantage of that.
5.5 to play. 2-point lead for VCU. They led by 10 a few times tonight.
Great pass.
And Deloach off the pass from Williams. No, he's getting closer and closer to a triple-double.
I'm telling you, he is just doing it. Every time they need one. Ace on the bench, let 10 handle the rock. He's doing it. Again, buying time. Find a way to deal with that ball screen with him in it. They need to switch it.
Bounce pass cut off by Banks, out of bounds. All right, so they talk about point forwards. How about these passes from Williams?
Yeah, no question. Just drop it to Dime Gustafson coming over. Sometimes you can come over, help too much. He was dropping it down. No look! Mr. Deloach says, thank you very much. Get me a 2-handed chin up. again, dominating the paint, right? That makes those guys a lot better. Makes DeLoach better. Makes Ward better. Makes Stockard better. But he hadn't played well today.
No.
But that's what they do.
Great hands. Banks again gets his hands on it. Josh Banks, the sophomore, getting some minutes here.
It's something very unusual called steal. You can't do that. Hands up in the air.
Gilliard going right to the rim, off the glass, no good. Golden is there with the putback. 55-53.
And I said before, to get him to the 4-minute timeout, almost time to.
Yeah, you're right.
And Ace Ball and Vince Williams could be a little tired right now after that turnover.
Nunn. Baldwin heading to the scorer's table. Nunn's shot is over the top of KO and the freshman, Ice Water.
Let Michigan win the thing right there.
57-53. And a timeout called by Chris Mooney. Well, called by Gilliard. The coaching staff wanted it. All right, well, Baldwin's back in. He has 4 fouls.
It's a big shot by Nunn, the freshman.
Big shot.
Big shot. You say don't start Nunn, won't be Nunn. Knocking that shot down.
They hand it off to Gilliard. Shot clock at 10. Gilliard hesitation. Goes to the rim and lays it in. 57-55.
Yeah, miscommunication there. Coming off that ball screen. Vince Williams in no man land. You better protect the basket. You got to figure that out because they're going to keep going to that. Again, look for Vince Williams to make a play, especially with Gustafson guarding.
They go down low to Ward. Williams looking for another assist. That's number 8 for him.
Oh, my goodness.
Will they just call a foul on Ace Baldwin?
I mean, Ace Baldwin. See Williams again. Again, Gustafson trying to get back, making a mistake. You got to switch that on the roll.
That's a career high 14. Baldwin with just a silly foul is now fouled out of the ball game.
You don't want to say that, you know, that's a mental lapse because they're a very aggressive team, but they need you in the game.
Yeah.
There's no reason to pressure Gilliard at that point, especially that far from the rim, from the, you know, from them being in a scoring opportunity. Coach Rose pats him on the back. It's one of them games, but you know what? This will show what VCU's made out of. You may have to have, if they get to the A-10 tournament, if they get up, they may have to win in this environment. I mean, just why reach? Why reach? Like what's going to happen? You know, you're playing one of the best guards in the country. Why reach? I know he can't believe it.
So he's out. Williams has 3. Curry and Ward have 3. Gilliard to the free throw line.
Mama watching, going like, "Well, what are you doing?" Threw the napkin at the screen.
Well, Gilliard has that ball pinball around, hits off the glass and goes down. It's been that kind of day for Richmond for the free throw line. 12 of 17. Better recently.
Yeah. But Tom, you know what? Nunn's going to have to step up. Think about it. He played point guard.
Yes, that's right.
When Baldwin was out early in the year. So he made a big shot a minute ago. And obviously you can rely on Vince Williams, but somebody else is going to have to step up and make some plays.
Sherrod out. KO back in. Wow. I thought that was coming into our line. I really did.
I had my hands up. I was going to protect you, buddy. Run that clock and just get it to your main playmakers. This is part of the game. You got to know where your baskets are coming from.
Shot clock at 10. Nunn. Cut off. Nearly stolen. They go inside to Ward. Ward gives up his dribble. Ball is tipped out of bounds. It remains VCU ball, but 3 on the shot clock.
And Nunn came up the ball screen. He missed Williams on the pick and pop. But right here, it's plenty of time to catch it, drive it. You see that getting the crowd into it. Everyone's jumping up. So get your hands up. Plenty of time here with 3 seconds. You can catch, dribble, layup. No reason to rush it. Gotta go.
2. That's a violation. He didn't realize it. I don't know how he didn't realize that he was reminded of it a million times.
Just a mental lapse there. Absolutely no. I mean, the ball was right in front of your bench.
Yeah, it's a shame. 19 turnovers for VCU. Sherrod back in, KO out. They bring Sherrod in because he's a better free throw shooter. A little better offensively. Even though KO averages more.
VCU's got to play without fouling right now. Don't make them score against your defense. Don't put them on the line. I know you're an aggressive team. You're very good at stealing the basketball, but right now just be disruptive. Allow them to go to the line and make easy ones.
Gustafson goes to the basket, no good. Put back is good, and we're tied at 59.
You got Banks. This is the driver. Good drive basketball.
Again, Ace Baldwin is fouled out, the point guard for VCU. Nunn, the freshman, running the point. Pull-up jumper. In and out. Golden with the rebound. 2 minutes to play.
What we wanted, dog-time rival.
And Gilliard right to the basket, and his runner is no good, out of bounds. It'll remain Richmond ball. Touched by VCU last.
You should, like Rose saying, go to the clock and check it out. You've got to read the scouting report, Tom. I know it's hard, but Gustafson, again, he's a driver, does not shoot three-point shots.
All right, so the officials will take a look at it.
Great 8-10 battle. I mean, I knew this game was going to be a tight game, no matter what Richmond looked like in the first half. I think we're only down 3 points. You know, give VCU credit. Talking about a team that scores 74 points a game. They got 59 right now. They're doing their job without their floor leader. They're rudderless. And we'll see what happens. They're seeing right now who's this ball up, and that's clearly out on VCU. See Tyler Burton put both hands up. It says out on him.
Yeah, I didn't know if maybe Burton did have it off his body, but you clearly see that Ward.
And you know what, Tom? That's nothing that gets a fan base all riled up. And who do we go out on? They lose their mind over that, don't they?
I don't blame them for looking at it. I mean, it's such an important play with a shot clock at 20.
Here's the thing about referees. People can say they always have an animus towards refs. They usually get it right. They usually get it right. I know we have replay and everything, but they got eagle eyes. It's been a good crew today.
Gilliard to win battle on the baseline. To Golden, back to Gilliard. Plenty of time on the shot clock.
Look for Gilliard to make plays. That's all I got. He's going to keep the ball in his hands.
Burton launches the three, and it's over the back.
He just
Off
cannot.
the rim, over the back.
He just cannot get one to fall.
He's got 4 today. Average is 16. He's now 1 for 11 from the floor.
You never knew in a million years to think he would have this type of shooting performance, but hey, they still can win the game even though he's playing this way.
Williams and Nunn bringing the ball up the floor.
And Nunn came off that ball screen, shot that pull-up. Let's see if we can get Curry in a situation where he can drive on KO, because that's what a mismatch is.
Capital City Classic has been a classic. Williams trying to draw.
This guy.
He has
1-0.
19 points.
He has been phenomenal today.
And KO slipped, but was able to get the ball up top. Burton, hesitation, goes to the basket, off the glass, no good. KO with the rebound, his putback is good, and he's fouled with 51 seconds left.
Dribble penetration hurts you every single time. You have to help. See 4 people around the ball. KO being relentless. The super senior, but Tom, see that thing in red right there.
Yeah, 44%
That's not good.
free throw line. He's made 1 of 2. We're tied at 61. 51 seconds left. Missed it. Williams with the board. 10 rebounds for Vince Williams. 19 points, 10 rebounds, second double-double. He has 8 assists.
Richmond's got to play solid. They're going to get another shot.
Nunn gave up his dribble. Gustafson with the near steal. Williams gets it back. Williams shot clock at 7.
This kid is phenomenal. Williams Jr.
Timeout, VCU.
Tom, come on. Straight away with a hand in his face. Nothing
Well,
but
back here at
nothing.
the Robins Center, VCU just took a 64-61 lead thanks to Vince Williams' three-pointer. 22 points. It's a career high. For those of you tuning in for the Furman-Mercer game, you'll be able to find that one online at cbssports.com/CBSSN as soon as it tips off. And of course, we'll get you out there immediately after the conclusion of this game. And we hope it's as good as this one has been.
I mean, look at that stop and pop. Looking like T-Mac, but from the other side, so he's a southpaw. And it started with almost with a steal. He gave him the 1-2 pull-up. That boy's been in the gym working on his game. Look at the bench. Look at Ace Baldwin. That's what I'm talking about right there. You're watching your teammates. You're not sulking. Get out there. Look at him. He's right there. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for taking up for me.
That's his third 20-point game of the season. Career high 22 points. All right, now let's turn the page to Richmond. Down 3, 25 seconds to play. Do they hold it for 3? How would you do it?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You got a chance to get a 2. Get the best shot you can get.
But then you got to hurry.
Yeah, if you get a 2, you got to foul, right?
Right.
It's not enough time. But they may come up and try to get a 3, look for a hammer, something to the sideline, with a skip to the opposite sideline,
I
or
think
pick
they're
and
going
pop.
3. They're going 3. They're letting the clock run down. 10 seconds to play. Gilliard to the corner. Gustafson, step back 3 to tie it. It's no good. Burton with the rebound, and he's fouled on the floor. But there's only 3.9 left to play.
Yeah, tough. You're saying they're going for a 3. You're playing the best 3-point defensive team. You know, I would go for a 2. The corner, and guess who shoots it? Their worst 3-point shooter on the floor. You know, that's a tough look right there. But they weren't going to let anybody else get that shot off.
All right, so you get 2 shots. You make one. Do you miss the second one?
Yeah, this is a special situation that comes up when coaches, you know, do they work on this or not? Let's see if he calls a timeout, because
He does.
you absolutely have to miss this shot.
Yeah, so 3.9.
Right. So think about it, Tom. There's a miss, tap back. You got to miss and you got to tap back.
Yep. We'll be back in 30 seconds. It's a 2-point lead for VCU.
Again, Tyler Burton's a very good player. He's been missing today, so that's something that he's been good at already, but no pun intended, but it really has to be a fortuitous bounce for them. But a tap back, I can see a tap back, something they could do here, but he may make it. They may go for the steal.
Nope, he's going to miss it.
Got to hit the glass. Got to hit the rim. Yeah, I mean,
So now with 3.9, you can foul and then pray.
You can't pray, but remember I tell you, like, this is a special situation. This is the time of practice. People use it, and I'm sure these guys do. They don't practice that because he didn't hit the rim.
Right.
You got to hit the rim, but it's just something you got to practice. I mean, how many times you're in this situation, but when you're playing Langton and you move it toward the NCAA tournament, you're going to be in tight games all game long.
Curry will inbound the basketball, gets it into Williams, fouled immediately, so just 6/10 come off the clock. You're going to send Williams to the free throw line.
Still a chance, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Still a chance. Still a chance. And that's why people would argue, should he have just made it? You know?
Yeah, I think the play was to miss it. I think that
It was.
play.
It was. But I'm saying, like, you know, there's opposite opinions. Just make it.
Yeah.
Maybe they turn it over on the inbounds. You know, so there's different ways to skin a cat. Just whatever your philosophy is, the bottom line is you got to hit the rim. These players know you got to hit the rim in a situation like that.
All right, so Vince Williams 1 for 2 from the free throw line today. 78% for the season. Into the Red Sea of students. And he missed it. And a timeout is called with 2.7 to play.
Like I said before, 2.7. What's going to time?
Well, that is amazing.
Should it end any other way?
So that's the last timeout for Richmond. VCU still has 1 timeout left. Inbound.
Cross, flash.
Yep. They get it to Golden, to Gilliard. Gilliard throws it up, and it is no good! VCU hangs on and wins it 64-62. Man, oh man, oh man,
What a
ball game. They had a look, they had the play, and they just couldn't get it to go down.
It was exactly what I thought they would do, but I didn't think they would get it to Gilliard. He had a look. He almost had one more dribble.
He did have one more dribble. I would agree with that. Or he
bobbled it.
He could have gotten his feet set.
Yep. But great play, good draw by Coach Mooney.
Well, Mike Rhodes said we need to finish games. They did.